think the last time we was on here was what, a day or two ago. Really, what I've been working on, guys, is I've been trying to get my content up. So I've been just trying to. I've been doing a lot of thinking on how I want to continue making content because those of you that have familiar with Loyal Link and you're familiar with me, I've been making content for about a few years now, about 2 years. I'd say about 2 years, right? And I just wanna. I've been really thinking about how I want to continue, how I want to move forward. So basically, I just been putting a lot of thought into that. And I want to put out powerful content that has a positive impact on everybody watching it, you know? But mainly, I just want to be myself, which I always do, anyways. I'm a very authentic content creator, which is rare because like you guys have seen, I show you guys 100% of who I am. I show you guys the bad with the good. I'm very vulnerable. I speak my mind. I just don't bullshit, so yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about all these copycats that have kind of been getting out of control, and there's a reason behind that. So there's a spiritual reason why so many people are out here copying others, and the main reason is because they're not connected to source. So because they're not connected to the Most High, they're not able to create their own unique ideas. They're not able to create, you know, they're not able to utilize their creativity. So that's why they feel the need to steal ideas from others, right? And I have this happen to me all the time. I'll be scrolling my For You page and I'll find literal copies of the video I just made. So if I just made a video talking about a certain thing, I'll see another person's video saying the same exact thing I just said, word for word, right? Sometimes they'll switch it up if they have any type of, intelligence, they'll switch it up. But just guys, the copycats have gotten so bad out here, and these people, not all of them, but most of them serve the kingdom of darkness, whether they know it or not. Because that's what the devil does. The devil was the very first one to take what God is doing and try to what? Perversion, try to copy it. Shout out to India, man. What's going on, guys? Make sure to tap that like button. We're gonna get another good live. So basically, guys, I want to talk about the spiritual implications between someone that copies you and what it really means. Also, for all my TIs, you know, these people mirror us. So every time we're dealing with organized harassment. We're dealing with these gang stalkers, these fucking weirdos, these fucking cults, these demon possessed people, right? A lot of the times, what they'll do is they'll mimic us and they'll copy us. What they really have is a very thin line between admiration and hate, right? Am I talking about Jesus Christ? Yeah, so I'm talking about the Most High God, right? I said at the beginning of this live, the reason why all of us that are connected to the Most High God don't have to copy anybody because we can generate our own ideas. So when you're connected to Source, when you're connected to Jesus, you're connected to the Most High, you can create your own ideas. You don't need to copy anybody, right? But most of these people that copy, you'll see that they're atheists, they're into witchcraft, they're into the dark arts and all these, vile abomination types of things to the Most High. So that's why they need to copy. They need to copy because they literally cannot create their own ideas. You cuss a lot, that's fine. That doesn't mean nothing. Just because you express yourself, that doesn't mean anything. People are a lot of people are worried about the wrong things. So listen to what people are saying. Listen to what if I'm listening to a content creator, I'm gonna be listening to what they're trying to say. I'm not gonna be listening if they swear, because that's why we have a lot of people that are very judgmental. So they won't even listen to the message. They'll be like, "Oh, that person said shit. That person said fuck." Oh, and then they don't listen to anything that person's really saying. That person could be talking about the Most High. That person could be upset expressing themselves. Now, is it wrong? Yes. I'll tell you it's wrong. Cussing is wrong. But me personally, I like to express myself. I'm a very expressive person, and sometimes I use swears to express myself. You know? But nah, I'm all set, man. I don't need to read the Quran. I don't believe in any of that stuff. But I respect everybody else's beliefs as long as they don't try to forcefully put their beliefs onto me, if you know what I mean. So I'm the type of person, anything you want to do, I don't care, just don't do it around me. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If you're sinning around me and stuff, like if you're a friend of mine, if you're a brother or a sister, I'm obviously gonna pull you aside and let you know, just like I hope you do the same thing for me, right? Just like I'd hope you'd say, "Hey, Lenny, come here real quick, man. Can I talk to you?" And how you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to pull the person aside. You're supposed to pull the brother or pull the sister aside away from everybody. A lot of people, right? A lot of these narcissists and a lot of these people that actually serve the kingdom of darkness and they serve the devil, they like to embarrass other Christians. So they like to put you on the spotlight. Let's say if you're sinning or you mess up or you make a mistake, they'll make a whole Facebook status about you to humiliate you, to shame you, to push you further away from Christ. So what that does is that basically turns people away from God when you do that. Because it's making them feel like they're not safe. So now they're like, damn, I'm not safe. If I mess up again, if I sin again, I'm not safe. These people are gonna judge me. They're gonna ridicule me. They're gonna mock me. They're gonna act like they're better than me. So if you're thinking listen, if you judge another person just because you think you didn't sin as bad as them, you're serving the devil without even knowing it. Anybody that and a lot of these people that have that mindsets are in the church. They think because you have tattoos on you, or you have nose piercings, or you have ears piercings, they believe they're better and more righteous than you because they never sinned in the same way you did. And they judge us. I've been judged for my past and my testimony that the Most High God has already saved me from. So the Most High God saved me from my sin, has forgiven me, right? And people are still out here judging me for it. And this is why we have a lot of I mean, and this is what a lot of these gang stalkers do, right? So these secret societies, these cults, and these covens, some of these people are so sick. This is how they justify their abuse. They justify their abuse by saying, oh, I need to push this person towards God. I need to harm this person, or I need to regulate and control this person's life. They're playing God in your life, and they think that God is telling them to do that. God isn't telling them to be God. That's a demon. That's the devil. And that's why we have these sects, right? We have these little groups and secret societies that have formed in the church, outside of the church, that they believe God is telling them to push people into sin, to literally judge others. They think that they have the authority to get you fired from a job, to cut off your resources, to say, oh, I don't think this person's doing the right thing. They looked at you, you sinned, and they said, okay, I got to judge this person. I got to make sure this person doesn't get a job. I got to make sure this person's homeless. This is what some of these people are doing out here. And this goes into the organized harassment that's going on, where people in the community all band up together because they have demons inside of them. They're either completely taken over by spirits or demons, and these entities inside of them can identify us just like they can identify Christ. They can also identify a chosen one. They can also identify either, if you're connected to the Most High. So, me, because of who I am in the spirit, because of my close relationship with Christ, these people that have demons inside of them, the demons can identify me. They know who I am. So they attack me. They use other vessels. They use my family members. They use friends. They use everyone around me to try to target me and attack me because they know who I am in the spirit. Now, A lot of people can attack you in the flesh too, right? A lot of people can just attack you because they're jealous. They can attack you because they're going through some things. You know the saying hurt people, right? So basically, you just got to have discernment. So you just need to be able to discern, you know, discernment is the number one thing out here. Like I wish I don't have most of the time I wish I didn't have the level of discernment I do, because it gets tiring, man. I get very drained. I get very exhausted. I get very weary because I'm always seeing what's going on around me. I'm always discerning. I'm an empath as well. So I'm always like taking in everybody's emotions and everybody's negative feelings around me and stuff. So it gets very um like tiring. If you're an empath, if you have a very, very heightened level of discernment, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And this also makes you a target. Guys, every single TI I have ever seen has been someone who is either a chosen one, who either has a lot of spiritual gifts, who is basically a very unique, special person. Like every single person that I've ever come across that was getting targeted was gifted in a way, had gifts from the Most High God. They either had the gift of discernment, they had the gift of prophecy, they had, usually they're very creative, right? So, me personally, I've always been unique. I've never been a follower. I've always done what I wanted to do. And that goes with creativity as well. I'm a very creative person. If you guys are familiar with me, you know that. So I'm a very creative person. I'm always creating, whether that's making music, writing books, doing many things like that, like just many different things. Like my brain is made for creating ideas, whether that's business ideas, whether that's new ways of thinking, right? That's the way the Most High God made my brain, and it's different from everybody else's. I have a different way of thinking and going about things because of my own personal experiences, which are different than everyone else's, and that causes people to hate me a lot, to attack me, to get jealous, because um I naturally get attention everywhere I go, even if I don't want it. So anytime I walk into a new place, everybody's eyes are on me. Everybody's sizing me up. I got grown ass men looking me up and down like they want to fight me and shit. It's crazy. And this is because um everything the Most High has put inside of me, you know? So yeah, guys, I'm just at a point right now, with all the knowledge and the wisdom I have, I don't argue with anybody. I'm not looking to fight with anybody. I'm well past that. So I'm well past debating about my beliefs. You're not gonna, like anybody that's gonna try to debate with me and try to get me to believe your religion. No, that's not. No, man, I'm not interested. If I was interested, I would talk to you. I would respond, but I'm not interested. So I'm very grounded in what I believe because of my discernment, because what the Most High has allowed me to see, and what I know to be true. So basically, guys, let's talk about these copycats. Let's talk about why so many people out here, which I call NPCs, right? Because they just copy everything. They just see something and they see a trend online, and then next thing you know, they're copying it. That's a lot of these Western women, too. A lot of these Western women, you'll see their literal copies because they're copying Cardi B's personality. They're copying a personality of a celebrity, of a female like Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj, and they made that their whole personality. So that's why a lot of the times when you're talking to a female, it will seem like you're talking to the same exact one. You know what I mean? Because they don't have any personality besides what they're following, like a trend. If they're following a trend, and this could be for males too. A lot of males are you know copycats as well, but this is very spiritual, right? Usually, we're dealing with a lot of spirits like Leviathan, the spirit of Jezebel, and the spirit of Jezebel hates true men of God. So, true chosen ones, if you're truly chosen and heavenly anointed, you most likely have already been attacked by Jezebel, right? I know I have. I know the men of my family have been attacked by Jezebel. So, yeah, guys, what I want to say, right? Everybody watching on replay, make sure you tap that like button. Um, if you're seeing somebody copy you, don't take offense, don't get upset, don't allow it to get to you, right? Especially if you're a targeted individual, because that's exactly what they want. They want you to get all upset. They want you to feel like, oh, why is this person copying me? This is weird, right? It's spiritual. So some of these people are actually trying to destiny swap with you, right? They see traits in your character that they want to possess, right? Like the way let's say you're very charismatic. You're very good at talking to people. People usually like you everywhere you go, right? You naturally emanate a lot of attention, even though you don't want to. Other people around you might want to possess that. So this is what causes them to get obsessed with you. It causes them to start to hate you because they'll admire you at first. And then once they realize that they can't possess the same thing you have, right? So this is what happens a lot of the time for me. What's going on? Good to see you. Make sure you tap that like button. Shout out to Moscow. Shout out to Russia. So what happens is when they try to copy you and it fails, right? So a lot of the times, a lot of other small content creators will copy my videos, or they'll just take my whole video and they'll copy one of my ideas, but it will never hit the same. It will never have the same impact of when I did it. And then they'll start to get mad. They'll start to say, why isn't this working? I copied everything Lenny did word for word. I copied everything. Why isn't it not working? Well, because they're not me. You're not me. So you can't be a better me than me, right? And these people, if they copy you and then they try to do the same thing you did and it doesn't work, they'll start to literally hate you. Some of them want to literally unalive you. They want to kill you. Just because they seen something about your character, right? Nowadays, people aren't jealous and people aren't envious over material things. Actually, the people that are the people that are jealous of me actually have a lot more money than I do, are actually more financially stable. They're business owners, they're managers, they have several vehicles, several houses, yet they're jealous of me because I have something money can't buy. And same with you guys. Some of us have things that no matter how much money you have, you won't be able to buy it. It's in us, right? It's what the Most High God put inside of us. It's our character. It's our integrity, our respect, like our morals, our principles, our personality, right? I got a very outgoing personality. I'm very like hyperactive. I'm just like, I'm very fun to be around. A lot of people notice that. Like, they notice at the very beginning, I'm very standoffish, right? Until I, discern your spirit. And now once you once you've been around me enough and I start to show you who I really am, right? You're gonna say this to you like, wow, Lenny's mad fun. Yo, Lenny's mad chill. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned to basically everybody doesn't deserve 100%. Everybody doesn't deserve you. That's something you gotta figure out. Something you gotta figure out is not everybody deserves you, right? Nah, you shut up, man. But basically, I had to figure that out because I would try to give my 100% to everybody. You know, back then when I wanted everybody to like me, right? When I wanted everybody to see that, you know what, I am a good person. I am fun to be around. Like, but what I was noticing was my own friends and the people that are supposed to want the best for me, they wanted the worst for me. They wanted me to fail. They try to dim my light every chance they get. Every time I had an achievement or, I completed one of my goals, they would try to downplay me. Hey, Sethi, guess what? You're one of them. So, hey, keep commenting, bro. You're helping me. You know, just keep commenting. I know you're desperate for my attention right now, but it's okay. I'll give you a little bit. I can see you're very desperate for my attention. So you know what? Sometimes I'm an empathetic guy, so I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you something, you know. So basically, guys, I had to learn a lot of life lessons, just like we all do, and I learned you can't give 100% of yourself to anybody. You got it, like literally, you got to learn it. No, sorry, they got to earn it. Sorry, you got to learn it. They gotta they gotta earn it now. So anybody that comes around me, you gotta show me with your actions that you're worth my time. Because that's someone, and someone who's like that, they have self-worth. So me personally, I've been through too much. I've seen more than the average person. I've been through more pain, more suffering, more heartbreak, more loss, right? I've experienced more than the average person. So now I have self-worth, right? Because I've endured and because I've, you know, gotten through things that the average person hasn't gotten through. Um Now I have self-worth in myself. Like I'm able to see who I really am. I'm able to see the type of person I am. So if you're like someone who's disloyal or a scumbag, like obviously I'm not going to let you around me. You know, you're not going to come around me. If you're like a hater, like this person in the comments, you know, a coward. So a coward is someone that just talks shit on social media, but then when you see them in real life, they wouldn't be doing none of that, right? So basically, yeah, if you're like that, you'll never have access to me. And a lot of people get upset about that. They really throw temper tantrums. And it causes them to make fake accounts and come on your lives and sit there and be a fan. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay because they're your biggest fans, you know? And this is what comes with it, right? Like, you got to understand if you're destined for greatness, if the Most High God put something inside of you that's great, right? Whether that's skill, talent, creativity, you outshine people usually, and you don't even want to, right? Like me personally, I don't even want most of the gifts I have because it makes me a target. I have to deal with over the top bullshit everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I can never just be a normal person. I can never go around like I always have to deal with someone being jealous of me, someone like throwing shade, um, fucking the group of Power Rangers forming together to try to, you know, humble me or try to humiliate me and shit. Like I deal with crazy shit everywhere I go, and it's never fair either. It's always a bunch of people, you know, grouping up against me or trying to make me feel a certain way because they feel a certain way, right? I told you guys this. Hurt people hurt people. Nobody that is happy, nobody that is peaceful and happy ever does what this person did in the comments. That's 100% proof that this person isn't happy. This person isn't doing good in life. Because if they were, they would never do what they're doing now. So it's a confession. When someone insults you, when someone tries to mock you, they're low key confessing that you're above them. They think you're they think you're better than them. That's why they're trying to drag you down. The only reason someone tries to drag you down is because they think you're better than them. They think you have something that they don't have. So, in order to try to bring you down to their level, to try to humble you, they make fake accounts. They do things like come on your lives and try to talk shit, to try to hate on you, to try to get you to stop doing what you're doing because they feel like you're better than them. They feel like, damn, this person Lenny or this person's shining too much. Damn, this person's just doing what they want to do. They're chasing their dreams. They're speaking. They, you know, and that bothers them. That bothers them to the point where they feel like they have to make a fake account and come and say negative things on your videos. It's a confession. It's a literal confession. Why do you guys think I never get upset when I see it? Because I understand that that person's giving more information than I am. They're making themselves look bad. They're literally confessing that, hey, I'm not happy. Hey, I'm miserable. Because if they were happy or they were confident and they did feel like they were doing good in life, they wouldn't have time to be doing this. You think they would be doing? Listen, I don't care what these people say. They try to play it off and they say, "Oh, I'm trolling or I do this shit because I like it." No, you do that shit because you're miserable. Let's talk about it. The reason why you make a bunch of fake accounts and you troll is because you're not happy with your life. And they only target certain people too. You'll notice that if you truly have discernment and you're truly like, observant, you'll notice that the people that troll, they only go after people they're jealous of. They'll only go after someone that has a quality or a trait that they want to possess and they don't have. If you really like, if you got that vision, you know what I'm saying? So, guys, these are the same people that copy too. The same people that talk shit are the same people that copy me and copy you. If you're making content, if you're chasing your dreams, if you're literally, if you're doing what you want to do, right? So let's say you're truly authentic, you're not following the sheep, right? You're not following the crowd, you're doing what you want to do. So if you want to make content, you're doing it, you know? And now other people that don't have the balls to do what you do, right? They don't have the guts, they're a coward. They're going to what? They're going to be your biggest critics. They're going to be your biggest haters or your biggest fans, depending on how you look at it. They're going to make 100 fake accounts just to try to tear you down back to their level. And what they're basically confessing with their actions is, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing trying to rise above me? Why are you rising? So they're trying to pull you back down to their level because they think you're better than them. And these people that do this are not happy. They're not happy with themselves. And usually they hate themselves, you know? Yeah, I don't know what that is, man. Oi, oi. But I guess so, man. You know? But yeah, man, anybody that copies you, I guarantee hates themselves. Because there's a reason why they don't want to be themselves. They usually avoid mirrors. So they don't like looking in the mirror because they don't like what they're seeing. So what they try to do is they try to copy other unique people like me or like you guys. And they try to do it, and this is what happens. They try to copy everything you do word for word. They sit there and they study you, right? Like what I've been dealing with lately is a lot of people will try to pretend to be my supporters, right? And this is on TikTok, not on here. I'm starting from scratch over on YouTube. On my TikTok, I have about, 5,000 followers, But basically, what they'll try to do is they'll try to pretend to be a supporter and they'll make maybe like, a couple sly remarks here and there, but they'll play like they're supporting. They'll repost my content once in a, great while to make it look good. But really what they'll be doing is they'll be studying me. They'll be taking notes. They'll be saying, okay, this is what Lenny did. This worked for Lenny. And then they try to copy it. When they feel like they've studied you enough to go and try to mimic and copy everything you're doing, that's when they switch on you. That's when they turn on you. That's when they show you how they really feel about you, which admiration turns to hate a lot of the time, right? So when that happens, they'll either start a fight. Sometimes they won't even say anything. They'll just start posting videos. They'll start copying whatever you're doing. And then if you're anything like myself, when it doesn't work, they'll get mad. So they'll get mad as shit when it doesn't work. And they'll start to hate you. They'll start to ask themselves like, yo, what did I do wrong? I copied Lenny. I copied them. Everything they did, but it's not working for me. And the reason why it's not working is because they're not us. All right, guys? Now, I know the video we're talking about copycats and, we just went into the spiritual, we went into how it's spiritual and, talked about everything like that. But guys, what I've been thinking about recently is how I want to continue making content, right? I want to post more powerful videos, right? I want to post videos that are going to impact you guys on a more positive level, right? And I want to come up with a better way to do these lives because I feel like I usually pick a topic or two topics and then I come on here and I do the topics, but then after that, I don't have anything else to talk about. So I kind of just freestyle it. I kind of just talk about whatever. I'm thinking that maybe I should just start coming on here and just doing maybe 15-minute lives, 15s or 30 minutes or, something like that. And then just say whatever I want to say in the topic, right? So whatever the topic is about, and then that's just it. So that's just something, I'm trying to think about how I want to do it. I'm like I said, guys, in my other lives, I'm used to going live on TikTok. So I'm just kind of getting into, I'm getting used to going live on YouTube, right? But yeah, guys, just know if you're getting copied, that's like the biggest compliment. I know it's very weird sometimes. Like it feels very weird in your spirit when another person is around me and they're trying to be me. It's a very uncomfortable feeling at first. But then when you start to discern the people that are really doing it, they're very insecure. They're very like weak people and they hate themselves. That's why they're trying to copy you because they don't feel like they have anything that's worth, adding to the world. They feel like their life story or just them being themselves isn't going to positively impact the world, which they're wrong. If they just learned how to be themselves and they learned how to use their testimony like I do to positively impact the world, then the world will be a lot better place. But the problem is right now, you got a lot of people that are trying to copy, right? They're trying to copy everybody else. They're trying to mimic everybody else. They try to copy the way you dress. Yeah, I noticed that too. And that's another thing. They hate us, right? If you're a targeted individual, you deal with this a lot because they hate the fact that we're authentic. They hate the fact that we're everything that they claim to be. So yeah, they try to copy how I dress, but I got a own unique way of how I dress. Like everything I do is me. And they hate that. They hate the fact that I'm not dressing to impress anybody else. I don't cut my hair to impress anybody else. I do the things that I want to do because that's who I am, right? And now these people, these same people that target us, will try to copy that. They'll try to mimic that. But really, you shouldn't feel any sort of way because that's just they're showing you, they're confessing that they're insecure. They're honestly confessing by doing that they don't like themselves enough to be them. So it should never upset you, it should never offend you, but also you should discern that it's spiritual as well. The devil copies God. The devil, I say this all the time, guys, the devil is the very first copycat because he tried to copy everything God did. He tried to copy literally every single thing God did, right? That's why the devil's whack. He's a copycat. He's corny, right? So a lot of these people that are broken, misguided, they're controlled, they're possessed, the people that are a part of secret societies and cults, yeah, guys, just think of them as like little like think of them as like little kids because they don't know what they're doing. Just like it says in scripture, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. Now, some of them know what they're doing, but they act so immature. They act so childish. They're so petty. Like everything they do is like it's embarrassing. I get secondhand embarrassment every time like I'm dealing with an organized stalker or people that are taking part in, community watch and organized harassment and shit. Like I don't even I when I'm not ignoring them, usually I ignore them 99% of the time. But I'm just, if I see something they do that's embarrassing, I'll be like, damn, bro, that could never be me. Never. You know, it's just they're corny. Like they're just openly showing you that they're a lame. They're openly showing you that they're a copycat, right? So, guys, that was what I wanted to talk about. We're probably gonna end the live right now, and I'll probably go live later on as well. Or I don't know the next time. I don't want to tell you guys anything unless I 100% know I'm gonna do it because that's how I am. But guys, those of you that have those of you that joined, even if it was just for a little while, shout out to everybody that tapped the like button. I really appreciate that since I'm starting from scratch. All the 7 people that hit the like button, that's love. You guys see what I'm doing. I know most of you guys that come across me, you know deep down in your spirit, if you have discernment, you know what I'm trying to do. Everything I do is to have a positive impact. So whether it's share my testimony, whether it's make these videos, I'm hoping that it can help. I'm hoping that it can inspire you guys. My life story you can learn from it. What, even if it's my mistakes, you can learn from that and say, okay, Lenny made that mistake, so I'm not going to make that mistake too. So, guys, it's just to have a better impact on the world, and that's what I've been doing. That's my that's the way I'm giving back to humanity. I'm making these videos, and everything I've done on TikTok has been an achievement. And nobody can take that from me because I know it in my heart. And out of the hundreds of people that have messaged me to tell me that my videos and my content has helped them, and for that, I'm blessed. Honestly, it's an honor, guys. It's an honor doing what I do, taking the time. I don't know. I think we just lost connection there. Those of you that have been taking the time to support, and those of you that have hit the like button, just know I appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. And, it's Loyal Link Lenny. We'll be back with another one soon. But everybody that's stopped by, everybody that's going to be watching on replay, make sure you tap that like button. Like button. Jeez. All right, guys. Love you. Peace.